Welcome and thank you for checking out my review of Project Power, now streaming on Netflix, directed by Joost and Ariel Schulman, starring Jamie Foxx, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Dominique Fishback. Film that has been years trapped in a bidding war, and after watching it, I have no idea why. Set in a world where a pill gives its users unpredictable superpowers for 5 minutes, a teenage dealer, a local cop, and an ex-soldier team up to take down the group responsible for its creation. I'm actually a fan and defender of the director's last feature effort, Nerve. I thought it was a film that pulled off its idea in a very unique execution. Project Power is a very interesting film with a lot of interesting ideas, and of course, there is interest in this concept of superpowers, not necessarily superheroes, and it's understandable how so many studios for years had so much interest in it. Jamie Foxx in this film is great. He's got a great motivation throughout this film. He's the most relatable character. And it's awesome seeing Jamie Foxx being a badass. I love Jamie Foxx being a badass. A few years ago, he came out with this action thriller in like January or February called Sleepless, a film that I thought completely sucked. But Jamie Foxx was actually really good in it. He was the saving grace of that film. But to me, the emotional core of the film actually lies with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Frank, who's a cop who's taking the pill secretly to be on the level of criminals who are also taking it, and Robin, played by Dominique Fishback. I don't know who this girl is, but she is awesome. Their relationship is great. Again, from beginning to end, it's the most interesting relationship in the film, and it's the most dynamic one. Throughout the film, Robin and Jamie Foxx's Major start to hit it off. They start to build a relationship as well, because Jamie Foxx is looking for his daughter, and since Robin is dealing with the pills she's distributing them, Jamie Foxx uses her to get to the big lads on top of the chain. So the relationship works, but it's never on the level of the one she has with Frank, which is established right at the top of the film. There are some fun action sequences, and seeing people take the pill and trying to guess what powers they were going to get, it is fun in itself. As separated sequences from the rest of the film, it's intriguing in those very fleeting moments. Unfortunately, the film as a whole has a lot of great ideas, and it has some fun execution, but the script really doesn't feel finished whatsoever. One of my biggest issues with this film is the character of Robin. I don't have any problems with Dominique Fishback. She's really great. I think this girl is going places, but her character feels like she could be anyone else. It feels like it could be anyone. She's very undefined outside of having a mother, having a tough life, and since she doesn't have a father, she meets Jamie Foxx. But in the context of the film, if she's a dealer, how many other dealers could Jamie Foxx have stumbled into and they could have taken him to the big guys on top of the chain? It just feels very coincidental that she stumbles upon the main story going on in the film, and that she also has this relationship with a cop. Everything just kind of flows together very coincidentally and very conveniently for the story to develop. My other problem is the world building. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know how much I love world building and lore in films. I love this idea of having a pill that gives you powers. You don't know what the power is going to be. You have to take it. Maybe you will explode. Maybe you will become bulletproof. Maybe you will start becoming a human torch of sorts. Now, going into the film, I thought that the randomness of the powers was that every time you take a pill, it might be a different power. So at one point, you might become a fireman. At another point, you might become a chameleon-like person and change your color depending on what's happening right behind you or right in front of you, just all around you. Apparently, that's not the case. If you get a power, that's your power every time you take the pill. But it's never explained or developed how it is the power choosing process of this pill when it comes to someone taking it. You just take it and you have that power, and it's there. They don't explain it whatsoever. There's also a lot of telling and not showing in this film. I would have to get into spoilers, but one of the major offenders of this is the backstory of Jamie Foxx and his daughter. There's quick flashbacks, yes, but it feels like they don't have any interesting connections. Not with the villains, not Robin with Jamie Foxx. It just happens that she doesn't have a father and he's looking for his daughter, so they're surrogates for each other's relationships. Project Power is a film with really good performances and very ambitious ideas. Some of those ideas it pulls off very serviceably so. It's got great cinematography, it's got good action, it's got some interesting development for certain characters, but the relationships that work, they don't invest a lot on them, and the relationships that don't, they invest on those. It feels odd constantly. I think it's a fun watch, but I think it falls extremely short of its potential. I'm giving Project Power a C. Now, Everful Geekies, what did you think of Project Power? Let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? I know a lot of my friends are, so I hope you do as well. Thank you so much for watching. You are the best. Stay tuned for many more reviews to come. And the finale of my Nolan series before Tenet comes out in 2 weeks. This upcoming week, we'll have Interstellar. I can't wait to talk with you about that. So until then, stay beautiful, stay geeky, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video because it really helps me and the channel out. But most importantly, above everything else, forever and always, love each other and love the movies.